Hello and welcome folks, Ragnarok here with episode 7 of my Battles of the Spartan Republic. A replay series, I guess, something like that. All these battles have been fought in my Wrath of Sparta campaign as Sparta on Legendary difficulty. If you're following along that series, you'll probably notice that none of the videos were uploaded this week. That's mostly because I've been focusing on my my High Elves campaign in the Mortal Empire scenario. So if you're wondering when this series, if you've been following and you're looking for more, which is probably unlikely, November 13th, I'll be doing part 2 of the series. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, we just got victory conditions in episode 24. Decided I was going to take a little bit of a break, work on some other stuff, and get back in there and finish it off for full map completion. So November 13th is when that's going to be back. So our battle today is between Sparta and the Thessalian League. These are my Spartans down here getting shot to hell by those archers. Some of our hoplites. We are rocking with 640 of these Spartan hoplites in here, but we're down a few now. We've also got our mercenary Hippias. There's 400 of these guys that will be participating in today's battle. Also back here, we have, I believe these are Helot archers, and we've got 480 of them. We also have mercenary Kretan archers. There's 360 of them, and we also have some slingers. These guys are mercenary Rodian slingers. Sorry, my notes are, hard to read, I guess. Alright, yeah, so that's the force. Arrayed against us, 2,400 men strong, including, that includes 160 Royal Spartans, which I believe actually are over here in this kerfuffle. So, what I'm doing here, if you're wondering, is I don't want to waste any ammunition, so I'm thinking to overwhelm these guys with our troops over here and take them out. Now this turns out to be a little bit of a mistake, I think, just because this gets really grindy over here, and we end up losing quite a few good Spartans. Our cavalry is not nearly as effective as I was hoping it would be, and these Marines coming off the ships can be tough to deal with at times. So I'm just trying to get the archers, or the cavalry, to take out the archers to begin with. And I swear there's some archers in there somewhere that they're trying to kill. I don't know, I can't really see them, but yeah, and then swinging in behind. So I was thinking hammer and anvil should be no problem to take these guys out, but yeah, they just do not want to break. So leaving the cavalry in prolonged combat here, not ideal, but we've got them completely surrounded. So I mean, this is a fight we're going to win. It's just a matter of how many losses we're going to take. These guys are bolting. They're getting out of here, and the cavalry's going to run them down. We're not going to let any of these guys survive. So yeah, so that's what's going on here. We're just trying to finish these guys off before we make our main assault on the city. So if you're wondering what city this is on the campaign map, it is Elaea. And basically what's going on in the campaign at this time is General Plestonax, leading the champions of Olympus, that's my force, is he's hired a bunch of mercenaries. So usually I don't use mercenaries in my army. However, I've sent the champions of Olympus to the furthest west of the map. So basically the war with the war with the Thessalian League, the way it's gone is we've rolled over them for the most part. While they were off in the west fighting with our allies, mostly Epiros and the Aetolian League, we were able to move in, take their capital, and take their cities, their main province. So last episode I featured an ambush battle where we were actually able to cut off a force returning to try and retake the province. So we cut them off, and then the champions of Olympus, I believe that this is the same army that was featured in the last battle. These guys have moved on to the last stronghold that Thessalian League holds. They do have one army out in the wild somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where, but yeah, they're out there somewhere. I don't know, the game looks different somehow a little bit. I don't know, it looks a little bit shinier than normal. I'm not sure if I've changed the settings or whatnot. I know that my graphics card driver was updated recently, so yeah, so we just got a mess here. We are taking a fair bit of casualties, more casualties than I would like. I was hoping that this we would easily be able to take these guys down, but yeah, these Marines are you know, they've been notoriously stout for most of the campaign. Most of the Marines that we've dealt with, they just do not want to. They just don't want to retreat from the battlefield. They stand and fight, which you know, they're giving our Spartan hoplites a little go, a little bit of a go, a little bit of a run for their money. Yeah, definitely earning themselves an honorable death here, if you could call it that. So that's what we got going on here. Once this sort of finishes up, we're gonna move in to take this this settlement. We've got our main force. So what I want to do is use the all of the ranged units to try and kill as many of them as we can. So this battle ends up actually being fairly close. Yeah, ends up being a lot tougher than I was expecting. So while this mess grinds on here for a little while, I'm gonna read a little bit of my notes from the documentary by Bettany Hughes. The Spartans, links in the description where you can find all this stuff and much, much more. It's a fantastic documentary. She's got a ton of them on the ancient world. One of my favorite historians, for sure. So the Spartans were involved in a grueling training program. All of the Spartan males had to earn their citizenship through long years of competitive struggle. The apatheti, the place of rejection. Newly born children would be thrown over the cliff if it didn't match up to Spartan ideal of perfection. Infanticide was common in the ancient world, but you know, always in most of the ancient stories there was a chance that the child might be saved. But with the Spartans, you know, usually children would be left in the wild somewhere, and it's possible, you know, someone will pick up the child. There's stories of this in Herodotus. There's, you know, another famous one is Moses in the Bible. So of you know, children being abandoned and rescued or whatever. Yeah. But with the Spartans, it was final. The children would be thrown over the cliff, and that would be it. There would be no chance of someone accepting the child. So the agogi, meaning rearing in the Greek, in the ancient or in the wild foothills, the children were organized into groups of boi, or herd of cattle. Emphasis was on survival. Food supplies were short, and they were encouraged to steal to supplement their rations. The Crypteia, and this is something that's been included in the Wrath of Sparta campaign as well, you know, by Creative Assembly. The Crypteia was the secret service brigade. Membership was reserved for boys who showed particular promise. These boys were singled out, given a knife, and turned loose at night to infiltrate the valleys below, hunting down and murdering any Helots that they caught. So in the game, this is the Cull of Helots, and it does something with the slave population, reduces the slave population or something like that. But Sparta, because it was slavery on such a massive scale, it was always sort of wary of unrest. It was, you know, you have all these slaves, obviously, you know, the concern is that that they're going to revolt, you know, like what happened with the Romans with the, you know, the Great Spartacus Rebellion. But the Cull of Helots, using the Cryptea, was a way for them to keep the slave population in line. The mere rumor of bloodthirsty adolescent death squads roaming the countryside was enough to institute a reign of terror, the perfect tactic to help us to keep a slave population quiet and obedient. All right, so now that little bit of a grindy fight is over, look at the mess of bodies here. Wow. Yeah, we lost a lot of good Spartans there. I would say that Thessalian League probably lost more, but yeah, it's time to get ready for the main assault, and it looks like the main assault is already underway. I think I've got these are our slingers, if I'm not mistaken. These Kretan, no, the Kretan archers. These are the Rodian slingers. So we're just trying to soften up the defenses here, and you know, I'm hoping that we can actually take out most of these guys off. Now, you know, obviously these troops up here have the walls, the crenellations, the ramparts as defense, but yeah, we're getting kills. That's a lot of dead Thessalians. They've also got their shields, some of them anyway. But these slingshots are taking out quite a few of them, so really softening things up. Over here, haven't taken any losses yet, and we've got the I think these are the mercenary archers, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, these are actually the Helot archers, the Spartan archers, and one of the big mistakes I make in this battle is not getting this unit out in time. He's going to be completely destroyed by this tower. This tower is just taking pot shots at him here. For some reason, he's just picking on the one unit. I guess just targeting the closest unit sort of makes sense. I don't know why the door is open there, why the gate is open. That's interesting. I don't know if they were going to come out or what they were going to do, but yeah. So we're just getting some shots up here, taking out as many of these guys as we can, but taking damage from these towers. One of the things I'm definitely missing in this campaign is some proper artillery, some ballistas or Roman onagers. Those things definitely make these sieges a lot more enjoyable, and by enjoyable I mean a lot easier. You can, you know, if you bring lots of artillery, you can just smash these walls to fucking smithereens, which is fantastic. Yeah, the animations for the wall collapsing and everything, excellent job. One of my favorite things about these games. So yeah, just these walls are just continuing to be peppered by archer fire. And meanwhile, we've got some Spartan hoplites getting ready to take the walls. And yeah, getting right in there. Yeah, I just decided to do this. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Decided to do this because for the most part, I wasn't happy with how much damage we were taking here. So I was, you know, I just got fed up and decided that it's better to try and take the walls and take these towers and not allow them to just absolutely destroy our troops. I don't mind taking the damages on the the slingers, but the slingers and all of the mercenaries, because my plan is to disband them after this fight. This archer tower almost burnt down, or sorry, this siege ladder almost burnt down, but we managed to get it to the walls in time, and yeah, getting these Spartan hoplites in here, jumping out of the flames, stepping into the fear, and getting in on these, I guess these are archers out of ammo, so yeah, just getting in there and gonna take them on. There's plenty of these guys here to fight. They've also got a few hoplites over here. I guess there are no hoplites here. It's just slingers and yeah. So these hoplites, our Spartan hoplites, should be able to cut through these guys fairly quickly, I would imagine. But thing is, hoplites, as good as they are, they're spear infantry and they're slow cutting units down, which gives the battles in the Wrath of Sparta campaign a little bit more of a grindy feel than the typical Rome 2 battles, where you have like a lot of sword infantry and a lot of you know, like the Roman legionnaires cut down units incredibly quick. So the battles in the main campaign and the Grand campaign and the other Roman campaigns are a little bit quicker. They don't have quite as grindy of a feel. All right, yeah. So we're at a little bit of a stalemate here. These hoplites are just not letting our Spartans get through. I'm sending over some reinforcements to try and get in there. These are the Royal Spartans, the general. He is not fucking around. This is Staunux. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I apologize for anyone of Greek origin, you know, for butchering these Greek names like this. But yeah, I'm just, I put these guys here. These are the mercenary archers. Most of them are just about out of ammo. And I put them here to draw the fire away from my own archers. These archers I want to keep. You know, I plan to disband the mercenary archers, but yeah, the towers are not cooperating. And I think actually I'm even sending them to go up on the walls here as well. Just get them into the fighting and just try and overwhelm the defenses with numbers. So we're slowly grinding through here. We've got some more hoplites climbing up on the walls and just fighting our way through this. We're sort of sandwiched in here between some of these guys, but again, our hoplites should have no trouble taking these guys on. And the slingers who are out of ammunition, sending them in as well, because again, my plan is to disband them after this fight, so might as well get them to do as much as possible. So cavalry is just back here, taking it easy, chilling, just waiting to see how this all turns out. These guys have been really bloodied by that fight earlier. Lost a lot of cavalry in that fight, so a lot more than I would like to. And I'm pulling out my archers, what's left of them. One unit's been completely destroyed, and yeah, getting them out of the fight. Whether or not we need them later on, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, taking this settlement is proving a lot more difficult than I anticipated. I thought with these ranged units and our hoplites that we would have no trouble taking these guys down. Oh. Sorry, I apologize for the camera jumping around there a little bit. Tends to do that on the walls. But it's just a real dogfight for these walls. Just a real grind. Yeah. We're just slowly trying... Oh, man, that guy went spear in the heart. Yeah, just trying to get through these guys. It's some violent, bloody fighting here. But yeah, this style of fighting tends to be very grindy. Not quite as grindy as pikemen versus pikemen, but yeah, it looks like we've got the walls over here. Sending our, I guess these are our slingers, with their knives and their straw hats, over here to take this tower and just secure this this area right here. So good thing about taking the towers in Rome is Rome 2 is that they actually fire for you once you take them, whereas I think in Attila it just destroys the tower when you take them. But yeah, a lot of dead soldiers over here, and some of them are Spartans. Just look at how thick the dead bodies are. I mean, I can't imagine the horrors you would experience on an ancient battlefield. I can't imagine the horrors you would experience on a modern battlefield, for that matter. All war is hell. Which it's sort of weird that games like these and films like, you know, that depict war, we're so fascinated by and we're so intrigued by. It's something I talked a little bit about in the early parts of this campaign. But yeah, I mean, how are you able to, you know, talk about war or, you know, without actually promoting it or glorifying it? You know, how are you able to depict it in art and literature and things like that without ending up actually glorifying it? I think Tolstoy actually does a really great job of that, to be honest. You know, it's one of the most beautiful and epic anti-war books that I've ever read. Just some wonderful philosophy in that. And if you're wondering what's coming up next, that's the for my weekly campaign, which is always going to be my historical campaign with you know, my philosophy and that sort of stuff. I know it's not going to be the most popular thing on YouTube, but it's the sort of videos that are going to give me the most enjoyment out of making and you know, continuing my research and I mean, if you can call it that, but yeah, just getting my nose back into my philosophy books and my history books, you know, is going to bring me the most fulfillment from making these videos, and I hope people enjoy watching them as well. But yeah, War and Peace, I'm going to be doing a Russia campaign in Napoleon. Really looking forward to that. I really like Napoleon. You know, it has a very different feel from the other Total Wars. I have yet to play Empire Total War. I would imagine Napoleon has a similar feel to Empire, but my understanding is that Empire was not programmed terribly well and is a very buggy game. But I do have a campaign for Empire planned, but that's a long ways off, I think. I've got a number of campaigns that I want to get through first, so just try and push through as many as I can, and hopefully you guys enjoy them. Alright, so we are slowly taking these walls. These guys are trapped. I think the archer tower has stopped firing. I think we've negated or at least neutralized the effects of the archer tower, which is good, which a lot of the damage of our Spartans was from that archer tower. So as soon as we take that gate, we can get our cavalry in here and move on to the town center, where we've got some cavalry. I think this is all they have left. But yeah, this battle was a real struggle, real bloodbath. And these guys are going to be tough to take down. These are their general and sort of the royal Spartans of their own. I'm not sure what this unit is called, but they're going to be tough. The equivalent to our royal Spartans is what I was trying to say there. Sorry, it's, you know, hard to think sometimes. You know, it's not easy. Alright, so this fighting still going on. I think a seagull just dived down in there. I don't know where it went, but that's what it looked like. I don't know if you guys saw that, or I'm just seeing things. That's what it looked like. Alright, so yeah, just finally these fuckers are starting to break, which means we can cut them down. Look at this guy go, eh? Fuck, going toe to toe with a Spartan. Ooh, right through the neck. Yeah, they're finally starting to go down, and yeah, I think there's just one unit left that's still standing and fighting. I think the rest of them have. Is this our? Where is our general? I think that. No, that's not him, is it? No, I don't think so. That's just one of the Royal Spartans. All right, so we're on the move again. We have taken the guardhouse. And just cutting down the rest of them, and getting ready to make our final assault on the town center. Now I think what I do here is I'm going to rest the hoplites a little bit and send in some of the other forces. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring up the HUD there for a second for you guys. We got 6 minutes left on the timer, so I'm just going to fast forward a little bit while we get into position here, while we take this rest. Yeah, that looks like it. Yeah, I've been playing. All right, let's get it back to normal speed. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm sending in the Kretan archers first, or sorry, the mercenary slingers, Rodian slingers, just to tire these guys out a little bit. I want to get them fighting first while our units rest, and then we've got the archers thrown in here as well. Once again, these mercenaries are going to be disbanded at the end of the turn, so losing them does not hurt. These guys aren't going to last long against this cavalry here, and now I'm sending in my own cavalry to help out. Now that we've got these guys engaged, get a little charge in on them. And I'm just pushing for the town center. At this point in the battle, I'm actually a little bit worried that we're not going to have enough left to do this. But looking at this, I would say we've got a decent force. I mean, yeah, we've got enough Spartans that we should be able to take them out without too much trouble. But yeah, I was a little concerned because we took a lot of damage here. I mean, this is not... we started the battle with 640 hoplites and 160 Royal Spartans, and that's not how many guys are in here right now. That's for sure. Alright, so we're just cutting these guys down, slowly getting their cavalry. I threw my hoplites in here, tied them down with the cavalry, and threw the hoplites in just because the hoplites are going to... take down the cavalry much quicker. And down here we're just getting these guys, just basically giving them a warm-up, I guess, before... Ooh, that looks like it hurt. Yeah, just giving them a little bit of warm-up before we finish them off. So I don't know if I have any forces. Alright, we do have... Yeah, this is one of my hoplite units. This is what's left of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 models left. 28 dudes left in that unit. I'm saving them as my absolute last reserve if these guys hold out. And if the fight with the Marines was any indication, these guys could be very difficult to deal with. Yeah, this is their last charge. This is the only army. The one advantage we have fighting against these guys that we didn't have when we were fighting against the Marines is that the rest of their force has been defeated already, which means I don't know what kind of charge that was, why they're backing off like that. They're getting in formation. Is that what they're doing? Formation attack? I don't know. I don't know why they're doing this weird stuff. Here we go. The Royal Spartans are coming in. and it's just steel against steel here. We do have them outnumbered though, so it looks like we're gonna be able to win this. But I mean, this was a bloody battle. Yeah. So what I was saying, this force, their morale is gonna be much lower because their army has already suffered so many casualties. So they're gonna start to break a lot sooner. And here comes the cavalry. Where did those guys come from? Look at that. Mercenary Hippeus, and that should just about do it. I don't think this will last for too much longer now. Just a complete mess. It's really hard to tell who's who. The uniforms are so similar, but these are our Spartans and these are the Thessalians. So campaign-wise, losing this stronghold is going to be devastating for these guys. They're not going to last much longer after this. The army in the wilderness, I was able to hunt down with my spies and assassinate. Well, I wasn't able to assassinate the general, but I wounded him. And what happens is, as far as the campaign is concerned, if they don't have another city, then they have no way to recruit another general, and the faction is destroyed. So if you have, if you're ever in a campaign in Rome 2, and you completely take all of the faction's settlements, and they just have one army left, but it's a strong army. All you have to do is assassinate the general, and then that army. I mean, you don't even have to assassinate him. You can just end up wounding him. But once he's dead, they cannot. The faction is destroyed. I don't know if that came out all that clear. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. A little bit grindy. We took a lot of casualties, 1,700. A big chunk of our army was destroyed. But General Troilus, yeah, that's not the general that I said earlier. But whatever. I guess it was a different army. 259 kills this guy had. Nice, decent amount of kills. This guy had 140. The archers, actually these mercenary archers performed extremely well. Look at the kills they had compared to our archers. Damn. Their mercenary Hippeus had 127. Damn. Oh, those are the slingers and the archers and everything that we threw in there. Anyway, that's going to be it for today, guys. Episode 8 is going to be next, or Battle 8, what have you. It's going to be next. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys back on campaign November 13th. And yeah, have a great day, guys. Ragnarok signing out.